Welcome everybody to the KFNW Tour Event 3 at Dworshak Reservoir in Idaho. I'm KFNW Director Marvin Forte. Before we get started, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsors, Diamond Parking and Diamond Self Storage, Next Adventure, Native Watercraft, and Snake River Manufacturing. There's no way we could produce this tournament series without these generous contributions. Thank you very much. We had an exciting 2 days of fishing here. We lost about 20 degrees from the last day of pre-fishing before tournament day, so it definitely affected the bite a bit, I believe. And we had the struggle for the anglers is they could catch a lot of small fish, but it was kind of tough to get those fish that were 15 inches or more. Okay, so as usual, these results are officially unofficial. We need to double check, and there's a dispute period. So whatever I announce here should be right, but if it's not, we'll make it right within about 24 to 48 hours. And with that, let's get started. We had 63 anglers competing today, and most of them submitted fish on Turnix, not all. Today's top 16 anglers will qualify for the West Coast Championship on Clear Lake in California. Today's top 7 anglers will qualify for our championship, the KFNW Kayak Bass Classic at Potholes Reservoir in Washington. Today's top 6 anglers and the Three Rivers Big Bass winner will cash a check. I'm going to start. I'm going to go through the West Coast Championship and then the Classic, and then we're going to go through 7th place and up until we get to the top. All right, so starting with the West Coast Championship qualifiers. In 16th place, qualifying for the West Coast Championship with 84 and a half inches from Idaho, Jonathan Bush. Jonathan said to me last night, I just want to make the West Coast Championship. I've got to make it. And he did. He did today. In 15th place, with 92 3/4 inches, Preston Watkins. In 14th place, with 98 and a half inches, Mark Micaiah. In 13th place, with 102 and a half inches, Jordan Duggar. In 12th place, with 107 and a half inches, Rich Childs. In 11th place, with 108 inches, Trey Potts. In 10th place, with 110 3/4 inches, Garrett Harrison. In 9th place, with 115 3/4 inches, Rick Thanstrom. In 8th place, with 120 inches, John Colprin. Okay, and those are your West Coast Championship qualifiers. That's all that those folks did, was they qualified for the West Coast Championship. Now we get into people that have qualified. They also have qualified for the West Coast Championship, but they've qualified for the Classic. So they've qualified to come to Potholes and fish the championship with us. In 7th place, this is the first angler also that's out of the money. It's the first angler that isn't going to cash a check. And thanks to our great sponsor, Discount Tackle, this angler wins a $100 gift certificate from Discount Tackle. So they didn't win cash, but they get $100 to spend on tackle, which is the same for all of us. With 127 and a half inches, Mr. Calvin D. Well done, Calvin. Okay, and then number 6, our first angler who's going to cash a check. He's going to cash a check for $178. He had 128 inches. He submitted 8 fish. you could have had 10. We had a 2-day tournament. We had 5 on each day. So you had a maximum of 10 that could have been accepted. He had 8. His kicker was a 19.5-inch smallmouth. Of course, they were all smallmouth. The winner, 6th place, Michael Loper. All right, now in 5th place, this angler wins $202. They submitted 8 fish. They had 133 3/4 inches and a 19 3/4 inch kicker. The guy who hates smallmouth, Jason McClure. He's going to change his mind eventually if he keeps winning events, getting cashing checks for it. All right, and now in 4th place, this angler's going to cash a check for $262. He had 136.5 inches, 8 fish, and a 19-inch kicker, Mr. Chris Williams. Way to go, Chris. All right, here we go. Now it's the big time. This is the top 3. These checks are going to get a little bigger, as you will hear. And I want each of you 3, one at a time, to come on up here and take the mic and talk to us about your day, how you did, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. All right, in 3rd place, winning $987. They had 144.5 inches, 9 fish submitted, so still not a full limit on both days, but almost. A 20 1/4 inch kicker from Idaho, TJ Oso-Nicky. Come on up here, TJ. So TJ, tell us about your day. There's a big check for you.
Yeah, so today was definitely a grind for sure. I only had 1 keeper up until about 10:30, and that last hour was pretty magical. It was all on a little finesse jig on a point, and I only caught 5 keepers all day, but they were the right ones. So, yeah.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear it for TJ. All right, in 2nd place, this angler's going to take home $1,289. Their total score was 163 1/4 inches. They submitted 10 fish, so this is our first limit on both days. Their kicker was a 20.5 inch smallmouth from Oregon, Mr. Brandon Hua. So Brandon, at our first event, Tour Event 1, he came in 4th place. At our last event, Umatilla, he came in 3rd place. Now today, he's come in 2nd place.
I don't think that's going to work with Whatcom. I don't think so.
That's what I was going to say. Any predictions for Whatcom? You're going to come in first?
Doubt it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a grind each day. I only got 5 keepers each day. Probably ran 8 to 10 miles each day, just jumping points to points. Yesterday, obviously, it was my better day. I was catching them on top water. They were busting on kokanee in like over 40, 50 feet of water. And then got a couple on some 6-inch soft swim baits. Today was a grind. I only had 2 keepers the first couple hours. And then the last 2 hours, I was actually hot spotting John so he can upload his fish. And I told him just follow me so I can fish. And caught 3 fish in probably 20 minutes while I was hot spotting him. So I don't know. Good karma, I guess. But yeah, it was fun. Dworshak's fun. It can definitely be tough. But definitely the kokanee is key. You gotta figure out where those are. And that's pretty much how I got it done.
All right, and that takes us to number 1. Our number 1 angler is going to take home a check for $3,101 for first place. But if you noticed, I haven't said anything about big bass. That's because this angler also won big bass. So he's also going to take home a check for $884. $200 of that is from our great sponsor, Three Rivers Tackle. They're our big bass sponsor this year. This angler had 10 fish. He had 166.5 inches, a 21.5 inch kicker, which was our big bass. He caught that yesterday, so I'm sure everybody know whose name I'm about to say. From Washington, Mr. Corey Carlisle. Get on up here. There's a couple of checks for you. So, what worked for you?
So day one, I didn't have any practice, so I kind of just came in, needed to figure this place out. So I just tried to cover as much water as I possibly could. There was a lot of people posted up on points out at Dent, so I kind of went in between the points and worked on the inside. Just kind of junk fish, threw jerkbait, popper, chatterbait, caught a few on a jig to put together a limit, and then today caught most of my fish on a jerkbait and a chatterbait. I did catch one on a swim bait, and then the big bass yesterday was on a chatterbait. So yeah, heck of a weekend.
Well done.
Thank you.
Way to go. Here's your trophy. Don't forget that. All right. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate everybody coming out to participate and everybody who's watching this at home. I hope to see all of you at the next event, Lake Whatcom in Bellingham, Washington on July 19th. See you all soon.